is going on, you bunch of gearheads? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and welcome everybody to another special Diecast review provided not only from my good friends at Circle B Diecast, love you boos. We also got this diecast I got from Spoiler Diecast, and by the way, I don't know how many times I got to say that D word, but Diecast unboxing video, if you haven't watched it already, might want to go and check it out because that is probably going to go ahead and give you an indication of probably the best card that I got in that wave. So spoiler alerts. Now you can see why they called it Spoiler Diecast. But great place, love both those guys, and just can't thank them enough for their support in the diecast community. Today it is on Kyle Busch's 2023, yes, I said 2023 Lucas Oil Chevrolet Camaro for the NASCAR Cup Series and RCR, but it is a race-winning diecast. I mean, of course, we do not have, oh no, they took my weed away. What is this shit? But heck, it does say ages 4 or plus, so little Timmy probably don't want to see a weed logo and be like, what's that? So I understand. But in all honesty, guys, this is a freaking badass car, and you can't get any more American than this, man. But heck, shout out to all the people out there that are named Lucas as well, because this one's probably for y'all, especially if you're a Kyle Busch fan. But anyways, without that hoots and toots out of the way, let's go and start this diecast review and the official unboxing of the Kyle Busch 2023 Lucas Oil Fontana Race Win car. And alrighty, a bunch of George Lucas fans, we got this diecast out of its box, and yeah, dude, I mean, as you can see, we got ourselves a lot of branding of a certain well-known sponsor that you could probably find at any Autoport store. We finally have a Lucas Oil diecast in NASCAR. It took these guys long enough, but I think I could have swore and probably remember. I mean, heck, I may have a big forehead, but sometimes don't really know how to use that bitch. But I will say, it's about time, because this right here is pretty cool. And for this being Kyle Busch's, well, got to know how to pronounce his right name once. So, I mean, it's just like Rowdy, man. You got to get those R's in the right sense. But this Lucas Oil car, man, I can't believe that this was Kyle Busch's return in the NASCAR Cup Series with the win with the bow ties, the Chevrolet. Dude. I mean, fun fact, anybody who is new to watching NASCAR, Kyle Busch actually used to drove in a Chevrolet for Rick Hendrick. I kid you not. You'd think I'd be smoking crack if I'm telling you that, but no, he did in like a short period of the start of his career for the NASCAR Cup Series. But yeah, he won that Bristol race in 2007, and that was the one only time he won in that Chevrolet. But little did we know that he was going to be taking over not only a very popular number from like the 2000s and 2010s, but dude, like, well, probably wouldn't say 2010s, but more about 2000s. But heck, I need to know what year we are. We're in 2023, and that is the driver of Kyle Busch in the number 8 Lucas Oil Chevrolet Camaro. I mean, but what's even better about this car, even though it doesn't have a 3G logo, but heck, you know, we could probably stay off the weed for one day, just like Stephen A. But one thing I'm already noticing right off the bat, remember how I said that there was like added detail and they finally brought something that I wish they brought back? They finally did it, man. I mentioned it on my Joey Logano championship review, but we have ourselves a gold Chevrolet logo. It's no longer dull. It has color, it has vibrancy, and what's even better, look at this, they even got the correct cutout for the shade. And you can probably see a little bit of the imprint as well of, well, no, you can't see shit right there, but God, that is detail I've been waiting for, man. I mean, if we're going to get, you know, if these diecasts are going up in cost, I mean, because they're like almost $11 or $12 now, we better get some better detail. And I'm glad that they are actually doing that with these race win cars, because it kind of makes these cars feel pretty authentic, hence what your retail line was. But probably we'll see this with winter circles as well, man, since we are going to be getting a lot more waves of those. But stay tuned for my for my opinions on that pretty soon, man. I know you guys are waiting for that, depending on whenever I'm uploading this. But Lucas, yeah, they did a good job sponsoring this car. I mean, and for it being an all-blue car with the red and white accents, I mean, so American. Coming from a guy who used to be in a cheating Toyota. But, you know, I will admit, I have not been the biggest fan of Kyle Busch, but he is kind of, he's kind of pulling like a Kurt Busch a little bit on me. Just a little bit. I mean, as a little bit of my southernness coming out right there, because I mean, this car is kind of bringing out, I guess you could say, the best in the market for me. Well, that and probably Lucas Oil. Not sure what I was trying to say right there. But, yeah, dude, regardless or not, I'm just going crazy for this diecast like the Cocoa Puffs bird goes crazy for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, look at this, man. This was originally offered in a standard version, but that immediately got canceled as soon as he crossed the finish line first in this car. And it was smart that Lionel jumped on this. And I mean, believe it or not, I think with this car, as the exposure just went pretty crazy for a second. Look, I'm so excited. Even my camera is saying, "Hey, guess what? We we are just." I mean, looking at this front end, man, I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. It kind of reminds me of like the AC Delco car that Kevin Harvick and Dale Jr. used to drove back in the day, just a little bit, man. I think that's why a lot of people probably like that color vibrancy, because that's immediately what I thought. But you see, this car is dusty and it looks like it got into a sandstorm. But no, that's actually how that Fontana race was, guys. What is practically going to be, well, another reason why this car is popular, because this might be what I'm holding in the palm of my hands. The final Auto Club Race Win diecast that we will have probably on the oval circuit. See the lovely placement of the logos right there. I mean, that's one thing that's something that's typical for Lionel, but I gotta give them credit for capitalizing on the fine details on this. I mean, look at that. You see just all the rubber marks and just so much good stuff, man. I love it. I freaking love it. Even though it's sad that we're finally getting 2023 Race Win diecast out in September. Well, it's October now, but these were released in September. But unless you ordered the metal chassis diecast, but personally, I don't really collect them. I don't think they're worth it. They feel good, but just, hey, for a few bucks, just not my cup of tea. But that's just my opinion. But we do get a betting sponsor right here, so I guess that's more legal. So yeah, let's bet on some bets. Am I right? I need to bet myself to stop making those damn puns. But Rowdy Energy, of course, that is also a, energy drink. So, yay! Yeah, we gotta love the hypocrisy that we have for some of these sponsors. But, just kidding, guys. Just kidding. But, sadly, I don't have a car to compare this to, but I will have to say, I know I've said this so many times on the other Kyle Busch diecast. I'm like, oh, this is the one you gotta get. This is the one you gotta get. Okay, the 3G car is freaking amazing. But, if you are waiting on the Kyle Busch diecast to get for 2023, dude, this is the one. All right, you can get your cheddars, you can get your 3 but dude, if you do not get this diecast ASAP, guess what? You're pretty much going to be SOL, and more importantly, jolly, well, profanity mentioned. So, dude, just get this, man. Any way, shape, or form, I mean, this car is probably definitely going to increase in value, just because this was an historic win and a statement win for Kyle Busch. 19 years in a row, Kyle Busch has won at least one race in the NASCAR Cup Series. Doing that 19 years in a row, that just shows you, I mean, whether you love him, but there's a lot more people that are starting to love him now, guys. I don't know if it had something to do with him going to the 8 car or the Chevrolet or with RCR, or maybe he just has a different personality change, just like his brother, Kurt. So I will have to say, that's not a good blemish right there. Look at that. The decal's literally peeling off. God, it's literally making its way onto the bushwhacker. Like, but what I was trying to say, guys, in all honesty, I'm really glad Kyle Busch is starting to get a lot of respect. I mean, I think, while those years at JGR were cool, I've noticed that JGR is a very toxic environment. And, sadly, my driver Truex is in it, but he's still doing decent. But I think this was a much-needed change for Kyle Busch. I'm glad that he was able to already find some success. I mean, even though he's been pretty inconsistent, and who the hell knows what's going to happen at the Charlotte Roval, because I'm uploading this before it. If he pulls something out of his rear, then that's going to be freaking amazing. And probably, I don't know, Kyle Busch pulls it off, then we're going to have to go and raid the next cheddars, because that is going to be some good shit, man. But definitely 108%, just like the 8 in this car. You can really ate that shit up as, yeah, that's now it for the puns on these diecast reviews. But to wrap it all up, man, this is the diecast you have to get for Kyle Busch. No excuses, no bullshit needed, 100% must get. So, with that in mind, guys, this has been OBB, your friendly Rowdy Nation, I guess, supporter now? I don't know. I mean, this is probably the most I've said about good stuff about Kyle Busch. We are living in a weird time, my friends. But this is going to wrap up the diecast review of the Kyle Busch, as we're zooming in right there, like 3Chi. Shoop! This is going to be the wrap-up as, hey, third time's a charm, right? Never say never. Of the Kyle Busch number 8 Lucas Oil Chevrolet Camaro for the NASCAR Cup Series and Auto Club Speedway and Richard Jones Racing. Go on and click that like button, subscribe today for more. And until we meet again, guys, this has been OBB, and I'll see you guys next time. Just like Lucas Oil, we are going to be off and away.